a contemporary-a-thon. So yeah, it is like 5 o'clock. I've just finished work and I have started to listen to the audiobook of The Kiss Quotient, which is my book with yellow on the cover. And I missed a challenge out in my TBR, so I need a book that is illustrated on the cover. So The Kiss Quotient is also illustrated on the front cover, so that's good. And so far I have been taken by surprise by it. Actually, I've been warned by other people who'd read it that it was a little bit sexy, and there is quite a lot of sex in it, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, like, it's tasteful. I can't quite describe it to you. Like, it's alright. Like, it's not really gaudy. I'm not like hating it, but anyway, I am on my way home now after a semi-long day at work. It's not been that long, to be fair, but after a day at work, and it's rush hour, so I am in rush hour traffic. Oh, sorry, I don't really know where I'm meant to. Oh, do I know where I am? Do I know where I am? Do I know? Straight on? I'm not really sure. Oh, I know what route I'm on. I'm gonna go straight across. Fuck going left. So I'm gonna go straight across. You can't even see where I'm driving. But anyway, I just wanted to update you to tell you that I have started reading. It's good. It's good. I've not read any contemporary for a while, so things are going well, and I'll check in with you when I've started to read more. Yo, so I have been back from work for a bit. Oh shit. So I have been back from work for a bit. On the way home from work, I managed to get a third of the way through Kiss Quotient, and whew, I managed to get a third of the way through the Kiss Quotient, and crikey, it's sexy. It's good, but I didn't expect this much detail. Once I've got more to update you on, I'll update you. However, if you want to take anything away from this update, it is quah. It's sexy.
200 guineas, about £30,000 today as well. Yeah, I think it's a 6 months trip, but they did lots.
I should probably update you. I've physically read nothing since Tuesday, so I've been listening to The Kiss Quotient, and I'm on about chapter 23 of 30, and yeah, it's good. Yeah, I feel like I've been sucked into the story quite a lot. It's not really something that I'd usually read, because it's very romancy, and it's playing like the typical story arc is very romancy, but I've really loved kind of like the family dynamics that's been brought into the story, I guess, especially with Michael's family. Because I'm not autistic myself, I don't know how good the autistic representation is. All I kind of know is the way that the author has described it. It makes me understand completely how Stella, or an autistic person in real life for that matter, would feel. as you can see, I'm tired. I've not done much reading. This readathon has been a bit of a fail. I think what I might do is I might extend it by a couple of days next week. Like, I know it officially ends next Monday, but I've literally been coming home from work, swallowing food and sleeping. So I think if I do an extra couple of days and vlog an extra couple of days, maybe, can't see why not. Good evening. Hi. So, I've been at work again and had kind of like a long day. I met up with some friends after work, Lizzie and Lisa, and we went book shopping and had lots of coffee, and it was amazing. However, in the meantime, reading update. So I have finished listening to The Kiss Quotient and I really liked it. Romance is not something that I would normally kind of go for. However, this book really took me by surprise. Like, it did give me all of the warm fuzzy feelings. And I really rooted for the characters. I wanted them to get together. And I think I just kind of liked that the character of Stella was a little bit quirky, a little bit geeky, and then the autism portrayal. Although I am not autistic myself, I do think that the author was able to describe how autism would feel like. I would love to do some more research to see how accurate that portrayal actually is. However, if it is accurate, I think it was done really well. Also, further update, I have read up to page 150 of Meat Market by Juno Dawson, and I'm also really loving that. When I have the time to actually sit down and read, I really am enjoying it, and I really like it. Like, she's getting swept up into a completely different world. There's definitely some sinister undertones there. I kind of know that things aren't going to go right with her, with the main character in the story. However, it's a really good book that portrays the harshness and the reality of the fashion industry and the model industry. I would say there's probably a lot of trigger warnings in here for disordered eating and eating disorders so far, but I really kind of love the way the main character is portrayed. Yeah, it's just really good. However, it's Friday today and it's the weekend, and hopefully I will find some time to read this weekend. I do think that I'm going to extend my readathon a little bit, maybe into Wednesday, maybe just to make it a little bit longer, because I just don't have the time to read, and it's been really fun reading some contemporary. I've been reading a lot of fantasy recently, and although I absolutely adore fantasy, I don't know, it's just really nice to read some contemporary, especially some good contemporary. I feel like the two books that I'm reading at the moment, or I read The Kiss Quotient, the two books that I've read so far have been super different, and they're able to show how contemporary is becoming more diverse. There is some presence in Meat Market of some LGBT characters, which is also... Hello! I can't really remember what clips followed, but welcome to Saturday evening. So today I've just been pottering around the house, doing some admin, getting my life in gear, etc. And I also yesterday ordered a new camera, so that is super exciting. So hopefully my video quality can up a little bit and I can start being a bit more creative with what I film and stuff, which would be really cool. I also, text message, I also haven't uploaded a channel video. Not that you'll notice, because by the time this goes up there will be a channel video. Kind of slacking on my uploads, and I really wanted to get some filming done, but however, if I've bought a new camera then I kind of don't need to film loads of shit, so Anyway, reading update. So, Meat Market. I am on page, let me check, 274 of Meat Market, and I'm really liking it. Like, it's really good. I feel like I'm absolutely flying through this. I'd never really researched much into the fashion industry before. I guess partly because I'm kind of like a short, fat girl. I've never really been interested in designer clothes, modelling, but to learn like how these girls are treated so horrifically, it's kind of pretty bad, and things are going wrong for the main character. And this is super, super hard hitting. I really love how raw and gritty Juno Dawson's books are. I've also read Clean by Juno, and it was so good. I've also happened to have met her and her dog, and that was lovely. So this book isn't disappointing. I've heard that it's been booked for a TV series too, so that's amazing. I'll be interested in that. Anyway, this is good. So in terms of reading plans, tonight this is how much I've got left. I want to finish Meat Market, and then tomorrow I'm not really doing anything. So I was thinking that I could either read all of A Quiet Kind of Thunder or read a good chunk of The Miseducation of Cameron. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to still try and get through this TBR. I'm going to get through this tonight, hopefully. It's like 10:30, but I don't need to be awake tomorrow, so I'm going to go get clean my face, wash all my face off, and then get to reading. Okay. So I just finished Meat Market by Juno Dawson, and I loved it. Like, it was amazing. I would say that it was the best contemporary book I've read this year. The book covered so many issues, fashion industry, and kind of like women's voices when they are victims of sexual violence, and the end was really, really empowering and hard hitting, and I just loved it. It was so good. Juno Dawson has done it again. Like, her books are just so good. I just love the characters she creates and the way her books are so raw, and they tackle such key difficult issues, but still she manages to craft, and she really, really researches her books so well, and she puts so much time into making sure that people's voices are represented, and it was just so good. As somebody who isn't interested in the fashion industry, I still felt like this book was interesting to me. I really, really loved the main character. I really loved all of the models in the story. It was super good. I recommend it to anybody. It was really good. I've officially read 2 books this readathon, which is more than I would normally read, so I feel like this is a success. I will check in with you tomorrow when I start on my next book. Hopefully we can do a book in a day thing. Okay, cool. See you later. So I've read nothing today. I have, read absolutely nothing. Oh, that's a bit of a lie. I read 9 pages of The Miseducation of Cameron Post. So far, so good. However, I'm not going to really meet my target of finishing the whole of this in one day. Okay. Happy Monday. So I am just done with work. I finished doing a drive again, hence the angle. I guess last night I confessed that I'd not really read anything, So before I went to bed, I read around, I don't know if it's 50, if it was 100 pages of The Miseducation of Cameron Post. And so far I really like it. It's definitely kind of hard hitting. It's really sad, and I didn't quite expect the deep religious aspect that was going to be in this book. It's kind of really taken me by surprise. So far, so good. I guess that's all I can say. Like, it's kind of giving me like a super heavy heart, because it's set in, like, I don't know if it's the South. My American geography is bad. But anyway, it's set in like almost like the Bible Belt of America, and there is this teenage girl who is clearly in love with her best friend, and then her parents die and her religious aunt comes to take care of her, and it's just about how she kind of responds to that, and also how she's kind of processing this grief. Both of her parents very early on die in a car crash. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but both her parents die very early on in a car crash, and she's kind of dealing with this mixed feeling of, oh my gosh, I don't know who I am, you know, I might be gay, I might be bisexual, but she's also dealing with kind of the loss of her parents, and both of her parents at the same time. So it's pretty heartbreaking, pretty hard hitting, but good. It's really well written, and like, it's really good. You can tell that this character feels so lost, she feels so mixed up about things. Not just because she's figuring out her sexuality, but because of this grief and the fact that she's a teenager, like, she's growing up. And then, like, her best friend, who she's maybe not in love with, moves away, so it's good. In terms of the readathon, I don't think I'm going to get to my last book, because it's Monday evening now, so I don't think I'm going to get to my other book that I put forward for this readathon, simply because I've just been so busy. Like, The Miseducation of Cameron Post is around 500 pages long, which is pretty long for a contemporary, I think. So I think I'm gonna, like, not bin it, but I'm gonna call it a day with this for the readathon, because of the things that I want to read in October. But I am still going to try and finish The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Wednesday, I hope. Yeah, I hope. But I'm really enjoying it so far, even though it's pretty slow. I kind of expected that. It's kind of a book that's got no plot, but it's about a girl figuring herself out, and that is the plot. And yeah, but it's written so beautifully, but it's not kind of like cliche YA romance, which I really like and I really appreciate. Maybe I'll have more to update you on later, but for now I'm gonna try and go home. So here's the deal. Sometimes life gets in the way of vlogging. It's end of the readathon. The readathon finished many days ago, and so did my extension of said readathon. However, didn't finish the book. I do plan on finishing The Miseducation of Cameron Post. I was really enjoying it. However, I'm going to end this vlog here and include my wrap up of what I thought of The Miseducation of Cameron Post when I finished it. And you know what? Vlogging in the work week is hard. I don't know if this vlog will be coherent. I don't know if it will offer anything particularly insightful. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you got involved in contemporary thon. This video will go up a lot later than when the readathon finished, but hey ho, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.